Good morning, Leo. Thank you for joining me. If this is your first time, my name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. Please subscribe to my channel, turn on that notification bell, and join me every time I go live. Right now, we're going to do a ClairTarot reading for the first half of May for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers, because we know Leo got some cross watchers. We know this. We know this. All right, let me go ahead and start the shuffle. All right, so let's just see really quick. What is up with the Leo energy? What do I get for? Oh, you got 2 cards coming out already. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Or maybe it's just me. My fingers are a mess. Oh, okay. Oh. All right. So here's the thing. It's looking like things are shifting for you, Leo. You have the shock of the new, okay? A lot of things are shifting in ways that you're uncomfortable with because, let's face it, you're used to being in control. And with these changes, you're absolutely not in control, okay? You feel as though you're kind of just being dragged along, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you. With this card popping up, the perfection of your life, card number 30. This card talks about how, a storm looks so different when you're viewing it from above. It looks like a beautiful dance of clouds, but then when you're in the storm, it's a very different experience than just viewing it from above. And so that's kind of what's happening. Like, people might think that you're just, being a little bit much, that you're overreacting to the things in your life, and you're, maybe you're just being a control freak, and you need to just calm down. And it's no, you're going through some very intense changes, very, very intense. And it's absolutely shifting the way the song of your heart is being played, and that's okay. You also got the Sacred Fool card, which often tells me that you really are in control, but you just have this perception that you're floundering. This is a very controlled demolition of self, okay? It's not that you're sabotaging yourself. It's that this is a very organic part of your ascension process. You are rising up in your inner and understanding of yourself. And it's very difficult to do that without the shedding of your old self. Just like a snake sheds its old skin, that's kind of what you're doing, okay? It's a little bit uncomfortable. It's not actually dangerous, but oftentimes the snake feels a little bit uncomfortable. And not to say that you're a snake, and not to say that snakes are evil, but there's this misconception. Snakes are not slimy. You are not slimy, So you just kind of have to stand in the light of the truth of who you are. Ooh, and look at this. You are ready to go to town if need be. You are ready. Okay, Leo. Good morning, Melissa. I think Melissa made me nervous. I just dropped half the cards. All right. So let's shuffle again. Let's get further clarity for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers. Oh, shit. This is definitely a fight. This is definitely oh, okay. Shit just got serious. It just got serious. So this is a third-party circumstance, okay? Third party doesn't necessarily mean cheating is going on. Third party means a third party is involved. It could be someone is saying shit to someone else about you. And the main person you're dealing with is hearing this and believing it. Or maybe just questioning your integrity. I don't know. But folks are bleeding at this point. You also got the Mother of Swords, and she's not one to tangle with, you know? This kind of tells me that you're sick of this shit. You're really, really just sick of this shit, and you need something to change. You're very, very unhappy with your circumstance, and you need something to change. And you get a moment where you have a little bit of replenishment coming in, but then the Devil card comes up, and it's almost this feeling of you need things to change, but at the same time, it's almost like you're addicted to what's going on. 47% at 547, the mirrors. Okay, 11, 5, 11. You are sandwiched in the middle of some divine events, and you don't quite know what to do with it. And it's almost like this feeling of, this is my punishment. This is what I get. I must be a horrible person. And you're addicted to kind of judging yourself in that way, silently. But regardless of how silent you do that, it can be felt and experienced by those who are viewing you. And that's another thing. I feel like someone's viewing you. Hold on. See, it's like you're purposely being drained. Who's doing this? Hold on. Someone's doing this to you intentionally. Let me get my other cards. Someone's doing this to you intentionally. I don't like it at all. At all. This is some shady stuff going on. If you're in some sort of business that's struggling, or like a business transaction that's kind of floundering, there is a potentiality of someone else being involved and either intentionally sabotaging you, or their energy, their thoughts towards you is blocking the process from continuing. That can be allowed to continue. They can't have access to your field like that. You can't allow that. Like this right here. So much draining is occurring, and they're making you think like they're replenishing you. They're on your side. They're your friend. The truth of it is you are being drained. Okay? They're not your friend. Whoever that is, they're not your friend. So let me just see what else. I don't like this at all. It's a weird ass feeling. Endings, beginnings. Okay. So you have 8th house, endings, beginnings. That cycle needs to end. That person feeding off of you needs to be finished. You need to stop giving permission for that. Okay? Pisces, I believe. You're needing to dive much deeper in your waters. Okay, right now you're afraid that you're going to drown. You're afraid of this. You're afraid of that. And what's really going on is your fear is amplifying that person's ability to feed off of you. Dive deeper. You don't need to come up for air when it's your own ocean. Your ocean won't drown you. The ocean within your heart will not drown you. Those are your waters. You're made of those waters. And so you won't drown. You have to go much, much deeper than what you've been going. And you have to really look much deeper in regards to people's intentions with you. See, I must be a mermaid. I have no fear of depths and a great fear of shallow living. In faith and trust, you must surrender to what is. So you're trying to control that storm that you're in, and you can't. You just can't. I mean, I guess you could try. It's not going to work, though. You're going to end up poisoning yourself. And the only way that I know of to control a storm, I know a couple ways, actually. Unless you're a weatherbender, you're going to have to do some chemtrail spraying. That's going to poison you in the end. You know what I'm saying? So you can't control that storm. Allow that storm to really change, terraform the landscape of your life, of your mind. That's why all of this is going on. You have to let go of the control. You have to. You really, really have to. Next, you have card number 51. Look at all that going on. You putting on a show, and she's just watching you. Look at her face. Look at her face. Her face is just like, what is she doing? So Mercury retrograde, reinvention, card number 51. If you allow that storm to just kind of do what storms do, clear away the debris, cleanse your space, and that storm can clear away the people, the very people who are cluttering up your space. So mishaps are like knives that either serve us or cut us as we grasp them by the blade or by the handle. So what are you going to grasp, the blade or the handle? In your frantic attempt to control your life, you're probably going to end up grasping the blade and cutting yourself. So Mercury retrograde is regarded as a time when things tend to go wrong. In actuality, it marks a 3.5-week period where any important actions should be postponed. So again, you trying to push things into being that should not be pushed. Mirrors again, 54% of 554. 959. So change is flanked by the God number, God code. Change is inevitable, but you have to allow the change to come naturally. You can't force it. You just can't. Let me see. So it's about blunders, cancellations, unexpected failures, getting off track. Yeah, you have to slow life down. That's what it's basically telling you. Slow life down. So I still don't like the feeling that, you know what? Done. Let me just close it. All right. Didn't like the sun in my face. All right. So I don't like the feeling of someone is draining you intentionally. I don't like it at all. It has it's almost, I know what this is. I know what it is. It is a third-party circumstance. It's almost like this feeling of you're being used as a way to get even with someone else. And so you're bearing the brunt of the bullshit. And it's affecting your business transactions, your dealings, all of that. Ooh, you got to cut people like that out. You got to cut people like that out. There's nothing to talk about or save or any of that. People like that. Oh, and this just popped over by itself. I guess me saying cut them out is the World card. Things are going to turn and everything's going to be right side up again for you. But first, you got to cut that shit out. You got to stop allowing them access to you. You just, stop all that shit. Boundaries. Okay? Boundaries. Yeah. Boundaries. You need boundaries. These kind of people should not have access to you. Okay? Cut and dry. Cut and dry. You need boundaries. You haven't established enough boundaries yet. It's biting you in the ass. you're because you want to be liked, you want to be nice, you don't really necessarily want to be the one to always, like, you know, be an ass kicker, but you gotta be, because it's screwing everything up for you. It just is. It's screwing up all your business dealings. It's screwing up all of your plans. And it might not be the individual is intentionally plotting to sabotage your business dealings, but it definitely is energetically. This individual or individuals are very much screwing up your plans. Very much screwing up your plans. So let me go ahead and get you your final card. Dang. Leo is very cut and dry today. There's no joking around today with Leo. I think Leo has had enough. Like, seriously, I think Leo has absolutely had enough at your ropes. And you ready to snap on, mofos, because you recognize there's some shit that's been going on. And you've kind of tried to just stay out of it. But now it's like, fuck it up your game, Leo. Just fuck it up your game. One more shuffle. Dance of the Divine Feminine. How beautiful is that? Card number 42, Dance of the Divine Feminine. Let's see. If a tree could move from one place to another, it would not suffer the pain of the saw or the oppressive wounds. If the sun and the moon stood still like the rocks, they could not offer brilliance. How bitter the taste of water would be if the river stopped its flow, remaining still like seawater. When the seawater rises to become a cloud, it loses its bitterness and pours the rain of sweetness. This is about change. This is about transmutation. This is about movement, the ebb and flow of energy. I have given you only a few examples. You can figure out the rest. Break away from the self and enter the kingdom of love. How can your feet bear to be still when the music is so lush and inviting? Excuse me. How can you hold yourself back from the tide of love when the horizon looms so vast and exciting? How can you not arch your back and respond with ecstasy to the lover's touch, saying in absolute submission, yes, more? You were made to move and grow, to love and flow, even mountains change. Surrender the stodgy ways of the mind and become willing to dance to the great orchestrations of love. You may feel unsettled, as though the ground beneath you is not so solid. You may touch it to see. Is it moving? Of course. It's hurtling through the skies, spinning, tilted on its axis. It's amazing you aren't passed out on the floor in utter dizziness, yet you stand there, imagining you have a choice of not moving. You can't control this. Leo, you cannot control this. This movement, the spinning of your world is just clearing away all the things that are bullshit. Plain and simple. It's clearing away all the things that are bullshit. And you're trying to fight it. You're trying to control it. And if you just release the control, you get all that abundance. All that abundance that's being kept from you right now, it comes back into your field and you reclaim it. This is a part of your birthright. No one can keep you from this but yourself. And when I say that, if you allow someone else to stand in the way of your energy coming to you, then yeah, you're keeping yourself from it in that way. Okay? Stop allowing whatever it is you're allowing. Cut them off. Cut them off with no apologies, no explanations. Cut them off. Because, yeah, what they're doing to you is bullshit. Okay? So, if this reading resonated, please do click that like button, click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and join me when I come live again. I'm going to be doing Virgo next. So join me, Virgo. I'll be on in a few minutes. Bye, guys.